Hello, welcome to our video. Today, we will embark on a fascinating journey through the myth of Pegasus, the winged horse that not only made history in Greek legends but also became a universal symbol of freedom, power, and transcendence. We will explore everything from his birth through an act of destruction to his ascension to the stars, delving into the symbolic and cultural aspects of this incredible creature. Along the way, you'll discover how Pegasus bridges the worlds of gods and mortals, and how he continues to inspire even today. And to make this experience even more special, at the end of the video, you'll be treated to an exclusive song about the theme of Pegasus, bringing out all the grandeur and mysticism of this celestial being. Get ready to be transported to the realm of stars and myths. Let's get started. Pegasus, the winged steed that unites earth, sky, and eternity. The story of Pegasus is not merely the legend of a winged horse, it is a profound metaphor that transcends time, addressing essential aspects of the human experience and the cosmos. At its core, the narrative of Pegasus is a fusion of seemingly opposite yet complementary elements. Beauty and strength, chaos and inspiration, these dualities coexist in the figure of Pegasus, making him an extraordinary being in Greek mythology. This myth goes beyond being just a hero's tale, symbolizing much more than the journey of a mythical horse with wings. It serves as a universal metaphor, connecting the human to the divine and the earthly to the celestial. Through Pegasus, Greek legends teach us about the relentless search for the divine, the relationship between humans and gods, and the constant struggle for overcoming limits, whether physical or spiritual. The fact that Pegasus is a creature that unites the sky, represented by his wings, and the earth, through his connection with heroes and mortals, symbolizes the interconnection of worlds, pointing to the human quest for something beyond their earthly existence and the search for a connection with the vast and the eternal. Therefore, the story of Pegasus goes beyond just a Greek legend, it reflects the human journey to understand the cosmos and find its place in the grand scheme of creation and transcendence. The birth of Pegasus, chaos that gives birth to creation. Few births in Greek mythology possess the visual and symbolic impact of Pegasus' arrival. He did not enter the world in a traditional way, but emerged from a moment of destruction, the instant when Perseus decapitated the Gorgon Medusa. Medusa, once a beautiful priestess, was cursed by Athena and transformed into a monster whose appearance was deadly. With serpent hair and eyes that turned people to stone, she inhabited a world of shadows, embodying fear and mystery. When Perseus, armed with a mirrored shield, sword, and divine aid, defeated Medusa, something unexpected happened. From the blood that spurted from her severed neck, touching the ground, Pegasus and his brother, Chrysaor, were born. But why did two such different beings, a winged horse and a warrior, emerge from the same event? The mythological explanation is tied to Poseidon's role. Before her curse, Medusa was seduced by the god of the sea in Athena's temple, and this profane union resulted in a latent seed of power that only manifested with her death. The birth of Pegasus symbolizes not only the transition from death to life, but also the capacity for beauty, freedom, and strength to emerge even in times of destruction and chaos. He is, in essence, a personification of the duality in Greek life, the balance between the terrible and the sublime. Pegasus and the Pyrene Spring, the connection with sorrow and purity. Before his association with heroes and gods, Pegasus was a free creature, flying over mountains and valleys, inhabiting a realm that transcended the human. His fondness for the Pyrene Spring, located in the city of Corinth, was no mere coincidence, but a manifestation of his divine and spiritual nature. The Pyrene Spring had a history steeped in tragedy. According to the myth, Pyrene was a mortal woman who faced unbearable sorrow, the accidental death of her son by Artemis. Devastated, Pyrene wept incessantly, and her tears, pure and abundant, formed the spring that bore her name. Thus, the spring was not just a natural source of water but also a site of eternal mourning, representing the bond between human pain and spiritual purification. Pegasus, with his celestial nature, was drawn to these waters laden with meaning. He would often descend from the heavens to drink from them, as if finding there a reflection of his own duality, beauty and sorrow intertwined. The spring, born from Pyrene's suffering, became a symbol of transcendence. Pegasus' presence, a pure and magical creature, elevated this symbolism, connecting earthly morning with divine ascension. Mythology suggests that Pegasus' attraction to the Pyrene spring also linked him to the Muses, the deities of the arts and inspiration, who often visited sacred sites and springs of crystal-clear waters. Thus, he was not just a being of strength and valor, but also a mediator between the physical and spiritual worlds, a being symbolizing renewal, solace, and creativity. Pegasus and Bellerophon, the rise and fall of heroism. The story of Bellerophon and Pegasus is not just an adventure but a profound tale about the human condition, our aspirations, our flaws, and the inevitable consequences of overreaching. This epic narrative delves deep into the themes of bravery, glory, hubris, excessive pride, and divine retribution, making it one of the most poignant stories in Greek mythology. The hero and the impossible mission. Bellerophon, a hero of noble birth and a son of the Corinthian king Glaucus, was a prince who became embroiled in a tragic chain of events. His story begins with a grave accusation. He was wrongfully accused of trying to seduce the queen of Tiryns, Sthenibia. As punishment, King Proetus of Tiryns, her husband, sent Bellerophon to King Iobates of Lycia with a secret letter ordering his execution. However, Iobates, bound by hospitality laws and reluctant to kill Bellerophon outright, came up with an alternative plan. He sent Bellerophon on an impossible mission. Iobates gave Bellerophon a task that was as dangerous as it was deadly: to slay the Chimera. The Chimera was a monstrous hybrid, often depicted as having the body of a lion, a goat's head protruding from its back, and a serpent's tail. It breathed fire and was a terrifying terror to all who crossed its path. This creature, symbolic of chaos and destruction, was seen as a nearly insurmountable challenge, and Iobates hoped that Bellerophon would perish in the attempt, solving his problem without directly staining his hands with the hero's blood. Faced with the impossible task of killing the Chimera, Bellerophon turned to the gods for assistance. He prayed fervently to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, and it was she who answered his call. Athena, seeing the courage and determination in Bellerophon's heart, appeared to him in a dream. She gave him a magical golden bridle, a divine tool that would allow him to tame the mighty Pegasus, a task no mortal had ever achieved. Athena's intervention was not just an act of kindness, but also a sign of the favor of the gods. The golden bridle was the key to the next part of Bellerophon's journey. With this divine gift, Bellerophon set out to find the winged horse, Pegasus, who had been born from the blood of Medusa when Perseus decapitated her. This encounter would not only change the course of Bellerophon's life, but would mark a significant moment in the mythological narrative of Pegasus himself. The union of the hero and the winged steed. Bellerophon's search for Pegasus led him to the Pyrene spring, where the divine steed was known to drink from the pure waters. Pegasus was a creature of immense power and beauty, and taming him was a nearly impossible feat for any mortal. But with the help of Athena's bridle, Bellerophon was able to mount the winged horse, a union of divine and mortal that symbolized the blending of human ambition with divine assistance. This moment is one of profound significance. The winged horse, representing the divine and the untamed forces of nature, was now under the control of Bellerophon, a mortal man. The image of Bellerophon mounted on Pegasus became a symbol of the intersection of human courage and divine favor. It was a rare, fleeting moment when a human being could share the heavens with the gods. Riding on the back of Pegasus, Bellerophon gained an incredible advantage. With the horse's speed and agility, he was able to soar above the Chimera, attacking from the air with arrows and spear, dodging its fiery breath and deadly claws. The victory over the Chimera was swift and decisive, cementing Bellerophon's status as a hero of legendary proportions. Not only did he save the kingdom of Lycia, but he also earned his place among the greatest heroes of Greek mythology. The transformation into a constellation. In recognition of his extraordinary deeds and unwavering loyalty to the gods, Zeus chose to honor Pegasus in a remarkable way, by transforming him into a constellation. This decision was not merely an act of gratitude, but also a means of ensuring that Pegasus's legacy would endure for eternity. By lifting the winged horse into the heavens, Zeus elevated Pegasus beyond the fleeting lives of heroes and mythological creatures, granting him a place among the stars where his brilliance could inspire future generations, both mortal and divine. The celestial immortality of Pegasus. After his heroics and devoted service to the gods, particularly Zeus, Pegasus was granted the ultimate immortality, a place in the night sky. By becoming a constellation, Pegasus was no longer confined to the mortal realm or even to the world of myths. He became part of the cosmos, eternal and untouchable. This transformation symbolized the elevation of a mere mortal steed into a divine celestial being, marking his status not just as a legendary creature but as a symbol of inspiration and transcendence. As a constellation, Pegasus embodies both beauty and mystery, shining down from the heavens as a constant reminder of the heroic narrative that shaped his existence. His transformation reflects the ancient belief that the stars were not merely distant lights, but living myths frozen in time, a testament to the gods' interventions in the mortal world. The constellation in the sky. Pegasus's constellation is located in the northern hemisphere, and it is one of the largest in the sky, covering an impressive 1,121 square degrees. The most prominent feature of the constellation is the Great Square of Pegasus, an asterism formed by four bright stars, Markab, Scheat, Algenib, and sometimes Alpheratz, which shares a star with the neighboring constellation of Andromeda. This large, nearly rectangular shape makes it one of the easiest constellations to identify, especially in the fall when it reaches its zenith in the night sky. In ancient Greece, stargazing was more than an academic pursuit, it was a means of connecting with the past. The Greeks believed that looking upon the constellations was like witnessing the frozen stories of gods, heroes, and mythic events. Pegasus's presence in the sky was seen as a direct link to these ancient legends, symbolizing the everlasting nature of heroism, divine favor, and cosmic power. The Great Square of Pegasus would have been a visual reminder to the ancient Greeks of the boundless potential for greatness, even in the face of destruction and chaos. The symbolism of ascension. The transformation of Pegasus into a constellation was not merely a reward for his service, it carried profound symbolism. Being elevated to the heavens, Pegasus became an eternal mediator between the earthly and the divine. His very nature, born from the union of the mortal, the death of Medusa, and the divine, the blood of Poseidon, was reflected in this celestial ascension. As a constellation, Pegasus symbolized the duality of existence, where the mortal and divine intersect, creating a being capable of transcending both worlds. This ascension mirrored the mythological journey of Pegasus, a creature whose origins were deeply rooted in the mortal realm, but whose fate was always intertwined with the gods. As a constellation, Pegasus represents the unity of these two realms, suggesting that greatness is achieved when one transcends their origins and aspires to something greater. The stars of Pegasus shine as a testament to this transcendence, an immortal reflection of the duality within all beings, both divine and mortal. The constellation and navigation. In ancient times, the stars played an essential role in navigation and guiding explorers across vast and often treacherous seas. The constellation of Pegasus, with its prominent position and brightness, was a vital point of reference for Greek and Roman sailors. In ancient Greece, stargazing was more than an academic pursuit, it was a means of connecting with the past. The Greeks believed that looking upon the constellations was like witnessing the frozen stories of gods, heroes, and mythic events. Pegasus's presence in the sky was seen as a direct link to these ancient legends, symbolizing the everlasting nature of heroism, divine favor, and cosmic power. The Great Square of Pegasus would have been a visual reminder to the ancient Greeks of the boundless potential for greatness, even in the face of destruction and chaos. The symbolism of ascension. The transformation of Pegasus into a constellation was not merely a reward for his service, it carried profound symbolism. Being elevated to the heavens, Pegasus became an eternal mediator between the earthly and the divine. His very nature, born from the union of the mortal, the death of Medusa, and the divine, the blood of Poseidon, was reflected in this celestial ascension. As a constellation, Pegasus symbolized the duality of existence, where the mortal and divine intersect, creating a being capable of transcending both worlds. This ascension mirrored the mythological journey of Pegasus, a creature whose origins were deeply rooted in the mortal realm, but whose fate was always intertwined with the gods. As a constellation, Pegasus represents the unity of these two realms, suggesting that greatness is achieved when one transcends their origins and aspires to something greater. The stars of Pegasus shine as a testament to this transcendence, an immortal reflection of the duality within all beings, both divine and mortal. The constellation and navigation. In ancient times, the stars played an essential role in navigation and guiding explorers across vast and often treacherous seas. The constellation of Pegasus, with its prominent position and brightness, was a vital point of reference for Greek and Roman sailors. Its appearance in the night sky was a symbol of guidance and hope, a celestial beacon to those embarking on long voyages. Much like the myth of Pegasus itself, flying high above the world, connecting the heavens and the earth, the constellation served as a bridge between the known world and the unknown. The ancient mariners would have used the Great Square of Pegasus to help them navigate, much as sailors today rely on the stars for direction. The presence of Pegasus in the sky would have been seen as a sign of protection and a reminder of the heroic figure who had once bridged the gap between the mortal realm and the divine. It was not just a constellation to the Greeks, it was a living symbol that guided them both literally and metaphorically. Pegasus and astronomical traditions. Over the centuries, the constellation of Pegasus continued to hold a place of reverence across different cultures. In the medieval period, astronomers in the Arab world catalogued the stars of Pegasus, preserving the knowledge of Greek astronomy and integrating it into the scientific traditions of the Islamic Golden Age. In Europe, the constellation was incorporated into celestial maps, where it continued to represent power, creativity, and inspiration. During the Renaissance, the symbolism of Pegasus as a source of divine inspiration also made its way into artistic and literary traditions. As a muse for poets and artists, Pegasus symbolized the creative drive that elevated human existence. His presence in the heavens reminded them of the boundless potential of the human spirit to transcend the mundane and reach for the sublime. In the modern era, Pegasus still holds significance in astronomical studies. One notable discovery within the constellation is the star system 51 Pegasi, which was the first to be found to have an exoplanet orbiting around it. This discovery was a groundbreaking moment in modern science, proving the existence of planets outside of our solar system and marking a new chapter in our understanding of the cosmos. In this way, Pegasus continues to inspire, not just through mythology, but also through its connection to the exploration of the universe itself. A timeless legacy. The transformation of Pegasus into a constellation is a fitting end to the tale of this majestic creature. By reaching the heavens, Pegasus became immortal, not just in the sense of being free from the constraints of time, but also in his continued role as a symbol. He is a reminder of the dual nature of life, where creation and destruction, the mortal and divine, are eternally linked. Just as the stars of Pegasus continue to shine down on us, his story remains a timeless inspiration to those who dare to dream, to soar, and to transcend their limitations. In every culture, across every era, the constellation of Pegasus serves as a reminder of the heroism, beauty, and transcendence that can arise from the most unlikely of sources, and how those who aspire to greatness, no matter their beginnings, can achieve immortality in the stars. But the story does not end with a simple victory. The myth of Bellerophon and Pegasus is also a cautionary tale about the dangers of excessive pride and the hubris that comes with success. The tragedy of hybris. As Bellerophon's fame grew, so did his arrogance. He had achieved the impossible, defeated a terrifying monster, and gained the favor of the gods. However, this success led to a fatal flaw, hubris. Believing that he had become equal to the gods, Bellerophon decided to fly to Mount Olympus and join the gods as one of their own. This act of arrogance was not unnoticed by Zeus, the king of the gods. Zeus, the ruler of Olympus, was not one to tolerate such insolence. In response, he sent a gadfly to sting Pegasus. The pain of the sting caused Pegasus to buck and thrash, throwing Bellerophon from his back. The hero fell to the earth, plummeting from the sky in a tragic fall that symbolized the inevitable downfall of those who sought to elevate themselves above their station. Bellerophon fell to earth, broken and humiliated. His fall was symbolic of the inevitable consequences of hubris. No mortal could ever truly be equal to the gods. Stripped of his glory, Bellerophon lived out the remainder of his days in isolation, rejected by those who once revered him. His tale became a tragic example of how even the greatest heroes can fall when they fail to recognize their place in the world. Pegasus and service to Zeus, the messenger of thunder. While Bellerophon faced his downfall, Pegasus's story continued. Zeus, recognizing the purity and nobility of Pegasus, welcomed him into Olympus. No longer bound to a mortal rider, Pegasus became a trusted servant of the gods. Zeus assigned him the important role of carrying his thunderbolts, the most powerful weapons in the universe. As the divine messenger of Zeus, Pegasus became a symbol of divine power and loyalty. His new role emphasized the contrast between his former rider's arrogance and his own humility. Where Bellerophon had fallen due to his pride, Pegasus was exalted for his loyalty and service. He was no longer a mere steed of a mortal hero, he was now a creature of the gods, representing divine strength, purity, and devotion. Pegasus's transition from the mortal realm to the divine not only solidified his place in the mythological tradition, but also marked him as a transcendent figure. He existed not only as a creature of myth but as a symbol that bridged the world of mortals and gods, embodying both the potential for greatness and the importance of humility. In this way, the tale of Bellerophon and Pegasus is not only a heroic adventure but also a reflection on the nature of glory, ambition, and the ever-present consequences of hubris. The celestial legacy. Today, the constellation of Pegasus is both an element of astronomy and a cultural symbol. It represents the power of mythological storytelling to transcend time, connecting the past to the present. When we look at the Great Square of Pegasus or the stars that form its shape, we are not just reliving Greek myths, but also celebrating the eternal human pursuit of meaning, creativity, and transcendence. Thus, Pegasus remains immortalized not only in the skies, but also in the hearts of those who are still enchanted by its story. It is a reminder that, even in the face of mortality, acts of bravery and inspiration can achieve eternity. If Mount Olympus was the stage for its greatness, the heavens are now the home of its eternal memory. Pegasus in modern culture. The figure of Pegasus has transcended the bounds of Greek mythology, becoming a universal icon. It appears in crests, sculptures, literature, and even in company logos. Its image continues to evoke freedom, power, and beauty, bridging the mythological past with the cultural present. Final reflection: Pegasus and the eternal flight of imagination. Pegasus is not just a mythical character, it is a living idea. Its wings represent not only literal flight but also the human aspiration to transcend limits, to reach the heavens of creativity and spirit. Whether on the battlefields, in the skies of Olympus, or in the verses of a poet, Pegasus remains an eternal symbol of what is sublime and unattainable, yet still inspires us to reach for it. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the myth of Pegasus. Stay tuned for the next track, inspired by the legendary winged horse. Let the music take you to the skies.
When the earth did wake, a creature of myth for the gods to awake, with a heart of fire and a spirit untamed, Pegasus rose and the heavens were claimed. Through the blood of a goddess the curse was undone, a horse with wings born to run. From the blood of Medusa a tale was spun, the journey of Pegasus had only begun. Wings that ride on the wind so free, a symbol of power when the sky meets the sea. From the depths of the earth to the stars up high, soaring like a comet beyond time, beyond sky. Your wings will never fade, they'll never die. Carried by the gods, you'll always fly. creature of beauty, of wisdom